Alan, 2 days till Christmas, two massive matches on the horizon. Firstly, against Rangers. What's the latest team news ahead of that match at Easter Road?
Well, we're actually not too bad, to be fair. We've got, obviously, we're monitoring David, who's had a rumbling stomach problem for probably the last 3 or 4 weeks now. So we're hoping that we can try and manage him through the next couple of games if possible, and then the inevitable will happen really, and then David will have to go under the knife and have an operation. So apart from that, we're not in bad shape. Dylan's doing really well. We're hoping that he's going to start training towards the end of this week, maybe at the latest next week, which is great news for us. He's chomping at the bit, and we're actually trying to, if anything, hold him back a little bit this moment in time. Apart from that, a couple of little aches and niggles from the game from the weekend, but nothing that's going to cause too many problems.
Obviously, we've acclimatised to life outside of Scottish football's top flight, but the next two games are probably the biggest in the whole of the country, aren't they? We're playing Rangers at home, followed by an Edinburgh derby at Tynecastle. Do you feel this kind of gives the players extra motivation, because this is hopefully what we'll experience all next season once we get promotion?
I'm hoping so. They're obviously two fantastic games. They don't come any bigger than obviously Rangers at home and Hearts away. So we will treat each game on its merits. First game, obviously, we need to take care of Rangers and get a really positive result, as in 3 points, which will set us up really nicely to go to Tynecastle on the 3rd and hopefully get another 3 points.
What are your inner thoughts about these two matches, Alan? Because sometimes when you're heading into a monumental fixture, you perhaps are awaiting a little bit of magic to try and get that result over the line. We've comprehensively proven against Rangers and Hearts in the last two matches that we've played against them that we are more than a match for them. So is it a case of just telling the players just to go out and express themselves? Yeah,
I think the biggest thing is that the players have to believe in themselves and their ability that they can win the games. And at this moment in time, the players very much do think that. They've really got a spring in a step at this moment in time. They can see improvements on and off the pitch, and it's helped give them the confidence to be able to, not be afraid to make mistakes. Yes, we've made one or two, but I feel as if everybody's come through a tough period, and we're hopefully now going to have a really strong second part of the season where we can finish strong and be in a position where we'll have something to play for at the end of the season.
So since you've come in, Alan, you've not only assembled a squad of good pros, not just good players but good characters as well. We've seen that in abundance over the last week or so with the trip to Sick Kids Hospital. Liam Craig and David Gray sort of fed the homeless at a hostel as well. So you must be pleased that the guys are willing to go the extra mile and become ambassadors for the club.
I think with when you're a football player, there's sometimes they can be tied to the one brush, and one of the things that I do want in my players is that I want them to have a humility, and I want them to be very humble. And this time of the year, there is a lot worse off people who will have a really tough time, whether that's through poverty or whether that's through losing someone at this time of the year. It brings back a lot of memories, and it's not, even though it is a time for celebration, it's not a time for celebration for certain people. And what we did last week is a very small thing, but it is perceived as a big thing. For us to go and see sick children who will spend Christmas in hospital is a really tough time for them families, and the fact that we can spend an hour or two of our time shouldn't be perceived as oh, fantastic the players. It should be the norm, so that's what I want in my players. I want them to think that way. Going to the hospital, every one of them should have driven home how lucky they are, and and I know for a fact I've got a really good bunch of lads who very much really enjoyed last week, and if I could, we'll do it every couple of months, you know, because it is a very rewarding thing to go and see children like that, especially when you've got children of your own, you know. So, you know, I don't think we should only just do it once a year. I think we should do it more often.
Do you feel that it's about, as well, the players and the local community becoming more familiar that we should be a club at the core of our community?
Yeah, I really do, and I think since the summer, I think we've probably connected with the fans more with what we're trying to achieve here than what we have been perceived to do in the last few years. You know, Leanne's come in and she is trying to get a connection and a working relationship with the local community and bring everybody together. And it was never going to happen overnight, but I think slowly but surely, you know, that people can see that we are looking to be a lot more approachable as a football club, to be able to work with people rather than against them.
Easter Road will be bouncing against Rangers. How excited are you about being part of that?
I can't wait. I really can't. As a player, I wanted to play in a big game every week. That's what I was born to do. As a footballer, you want to play in big matches. It's a testament to where you are in the football club, or as an individual, as a professional. It's the same as a coach now. You know, I want to play in the biggest games. I want to play in the best games. I want to coach in them games, and it's no different. Saturday against Rangers at Easter Road, hoping it's going to be a really healthy crowd that can really cheer us and drive us on. And it'll be a great occasion if we can pick up 3 points against Rangers and claw into the deficit which is between us at this moment in time. And then that would lead us nicely into the other game at Tynecastle on the 3rd.